You are now listening to AdJust Tech Podcast. Get him, Daddy.
I had to iron my coat.
You know he gotta have the feet.
No.
He always gotta.
I couldn't find my matching socks.
We don't even see your socks.
We didn't even see your socks, nigga. My rings didn't match the glasses.
If I feel good, I look good, and I talk
Look
good.
good. Yeah. Everything you have to do out I feel good, nigga. Get on the recording, bro.
You gotta make sure my toes is comfortable.
Shut up, Mike.
I think when Lee be recording, he be soaking his feet.
and butter.
And popcorn butter, it's like a tub of popcorn.
As soon as you walk in the house.
While it's funny, I'm gonna do my usual. Not too much of my brother.
No, of course. Not too much on our brother Lee. Hey man, welcome everybody to AdJust Effects. This is the podcast where did you not realize what he's doing? It's okay. It's okay. This is what it's okay.
He wasn't ready.
It's entertainment. That's right. This is the podcast where entertainment is mandatory. And the facts is like getting head with a condom. It does not matter. It don't count. So never
That's just not right.
No.
Did I just tell you that Pastor Tucker is gonna be watching this?
Married. I'm married. Pastor, yes, I'm married.
You're the married one.
It's different, Pastor. It's different, Pastor. How you doing, Mr.
Oh my God.
I forgot
Lord.
that quick. Anyways,
it's okay.
My name is Mr. Justin Birch. And this is Just Effects. Hey, whatever. iPhone already got it, ladies and gentlemen. This is Just Effects. Hello, everybody. Of course, we start off weird, but that's
I'd be the best episode we had then.
Exactly. To my left, to your right, we got Jay Nelly in the building. To my right, to your left, we got my brother Mike in the building. Lee is coming soon. He is getting his jeans ironed, but we'll catch up with that man soon. Anyways, hey, what's up? How was y'all week, man?
It was good, man. How was y'all?
It was a week, and the week starts again tomorrow. But here we are. The week is short. I think I might be an advocate of 4-day work weeks, but do I want to work 10 hours? Well, I could work 10 hours a day. I already do 9 at my job.
You do 9 hours a day?
8:30 to 9:30. They take into consideration that we have an hour for lunch, so that's why. But it's a 9-hour day, okay?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course, corporations was just like, hey, work for us for 8 hours, but 1 hour, get your mental health together and feed yourself.
Yeah.
It sounds like the everyday struggle. Mike, what's up? How was your week, man?
It was good, man. I just got pissed off because my Jags just lost to the fuck ass Bengals. Excuse me, Pastor.
It's okay. That is okay.
Dang, that just pissed me off, bro. Like, and then Joe Burrow got hurt too, and we lost. Like that really pissed me off. But it's early, it's only week 2,
Yeah,
that's what they all say. Now it's gonna be week 6. I'm like, yeah, no, it's cool. We over 6, but it's only week 6. We go.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little frustrated right now because right now I'm losing the fantasy.
Yo, I can see it. Yeah. Yo,
frustrated. Like my team is too good to be losing right now.
You see, and that's the stress of fantasy in the NFL. If your team losing bad and your fantasy team,
oh my God, bro! Like
Sundays is not good, bro.
You want to know something? Good. You want to know something crazy? I think I told y'all last week. I told y'all last week that fantasy was stressing me out. I don't know why I decided to do this, but this week I decided to let it go and give it to God. And guess what? I'm winning in both of
them. How many of them? Both of them.
Both of them.
I am from the South. I'm sorry.
How you spell both of them?
BOOFM. Both of them.
You said BOO?
No, not Buffalo.
You heard me.
No, I'm talking about Mike. Mike said BOO.
No, man.
He said boo for him. I said, hey, this
No.
is a podcast, sir.
Hey. We don't do that. We don't do
We do
yeah,
not. Hey, Pastor, I told you. I'm married. Anyways, we're recording on this Sunday. Happy Tuesday to everybody who's watching on a Tuesday. But on Saturday, September 13th, we had one of the matches of, I could say, the decade. You know what I mean? We got Canelo versus Crawford. Did anybody see the fight? As you should be, because that was our assignment, and even like the coach.
Oh yeah.
Did anybody see Canelo versus Crawford? Of course, I know Nelly. Before I even give it to Nelly to start talking, they got in the ring around 12:30. You know what I mean? Before the fact,
man.
I had to have a party with me and my wife before I start watching the. I ain't watch no undercards. Like,
Me neither.
I'm like, nah, because it's gonna like.
I watched all of it. Well, half of the first one, and in totality the other two, which is probably why I fell asleep on Canelo and Crawford. And literally getting home from church today, I pulled that joint right back up on Netflix and I rewatched the fight.
Oh, that's good. So hey. So everybody watched the fight. I seem like I'm the only one here who stayed up and watched the whole fight in its entirety.
No, I watched the whole fight.
Oh, you was up too. Yeah,
I was up, but I mean, it was a struggle, bro. It was like that was a struggle. I feel like they need to.
Like
If you're gonna say the fight starts at 9, I think you just need to have the main event to start at 9, and they should start do the preliminary, like the undercard. Let those be early in the day, man. Like,
nah, I mean, then if you in Vegas, then what? Undercard start in the morning?
No, well, if for what it
in
is
the
right
morning.
now, the event starts at 6 p.m. in Vegas when it's 9 p.m. here.
Right.
But I can agree that they can actually push it up a little bit further, especially if you can have NFL games at Allegiant Stadium with the Raiders at 1 p.m. every now and then you can do a fighting event on a Saturday a little bit earlier than 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah.
So for the sake of not even just us on the East Coast, but as you get into other countries and whatnot, then the time zone gets even wonkier. So it's just like maybe just a little bit earlier. I don't know how crazy it would get for other countries making it earlier, but at least within the United States, where the fight is actually being held, y'all need to take the East Coast a little bit more into consideration, because 12:30 for the headliner to get on and start fighting is a little egregious in my.
Hey, honestly, they don't care. So it's like, yeah, they don't care at all, because they're also.
I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, I feel you. But because it's a Saturday, I mean, I shouldn't have been up that late because I had work today. But they honestly don't care. They're thinking about the audience in Vegas alone. You know,
Absolutely.
everybody coming out that night to enjoy. So after the fight, you want to enjoy your Vegas night. So that's what they really think about. It was a free event, so they already got that Netflix check, so they don't really care. But besides the logistics of the fight, what did you think of the fight? Crawford beat Canelo, unanimous decision.
It was warranted.
First thing Nelly said to me was the Kendrick line. I'm Terrence Crawford. Yeah, I'm whipping feet. So it seemed like Kendrick once again won 2025. So therefore, I would start with Mike. Mike, what was your, I guess, analysis of the fight today? Last night.
It was a clear. It wasn't even close. But I feel like the judges kind of made the scorecards closer than what the fight actually was, just because it was Canelo. But it was clear, like the boxing skill level, 2 different classes, bro. And then like Terrence Crawford was actually like, he looked like the stronger boxer. You know what I'm saying? His defense was like flawless. Like he's like almost like he rehearsed the fight before or something. Like he was blocking everything Canelo was throwing. Like the first 4 or 5 rounds, I only counted like maybe like 4 or 5 good body shots that Canelo threw, and maybe like 1 or 2 headshots that he got.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, like he got worked. Like that was clear.
Yeah.
That was clear. Yeah.
No, you got Nelly. I know you're not a big boxing fan. You're kind of new to the boxing, arena. And you told me the first fight you actually watched, like from start to finish, was the Alicia fight. So watching like a big, this is a generational fight we just saw. So how do you feel about Canelo and Crawford?
So let me just start off by saying that I do kind of wish that I got into boxing a lot earlier and maybe had seen even like Mayweather in his prime, because I am actually thoroughly watching boxing, but it never appealed to me back then. But I agree with everything that Mike was saying about the fight. It was very clear that Crawford did win. I was calling him Terrence Block the Jabs Crawford because that boy was blocking literally almost everything. Canelo to me really got a lot of his points with body shots, but Crawford always found the windows to like get a lot of the headshots and whatnot. So I thought that there was a lot of like strategic movement as far as working the entire floor, especially from Crawford, but nonetheless, it was definitely a clear win for Terrence. And so for everybody black, I was happy.
Yeah, and also I'm glad you ended it off like that, because there was a lot of naysayers, because I guess boxing experts were saying because Terrence Crawford moved up 2 weight classes, right, Mike, to fight, to fight. So of course they looking at Canelo, which is definitely one of the best champions that boxing's ever seen, pound for pound for sure. So everybody had their money on Canelo, as you can say, and they was trying to say like, "Hey,"
except for Jason, what's his name, Statham, the actor.
Jason
Statham, really?
Yeah, he was sitting right next to the Prince that was hosting the fight and everything. He had.
I thought it was Mark Wahlberg.
No, Mark Wahlberg was towards the end.
Okay, yeah.
It was Mr. Beast, Jason, the Prince. Again, I'm
noticing. All I heard was $100 kajillion, $400 kajillion, $100.
Yeah, and Statham definitely made hella more money because he bet big money on Crawford last night.
Really? Mm-hmm. I saw a report that Hove bet on 500 on Crawford too, and it won 1.2. But everybody had their money on this man. I ain't placed no bets. I should have, but
a part of me wish I did too.
Real talk, like that fight looked like Mayweather versus Canelo, like part 2. And that's exactly what it looked like.
Hey, it did. It was one of those things like, hey, youngin, let me learn you. Let me learn you, youngin. And everybody kept saying like, yo, when Crawford, move up these weight classes, when he feel the hits, because it's a different weight class. When you feel the hits, it's gonna be different. He took those hits like, all right.
Yeah, he did.
That's his natural walk around weight, though. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't have to really cut as much. He just had to just get used to tagging on a little bit more muscle.
About that, Mike.
Yeah, that's his natural weight. He wasn't cutting no weight. So
yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that, yo.
I did like the very
when they stood side by side, you could see he was just like, he looked healthy. He didn't look drained or like he was gonna gas out or nothing like that. That's his natural walk around weight, and then he know how to wrestle and shit too. So he ain't wrestling at a smaller weight, So Crawford athlete, bro. Like if you just watch him, like some of his content, like when he playing basketball or like football or whatever, like athlete, bro. Yeah. He just a raw athlete, bro. Like,
yeah, man. Shout.
And then you gotta think too. Like Canelo had like 70 plus fights or something. Like that's a lot. That's Canelo a lot of wear and tear. Like that's a lot of rounds.
Did you guys watch the lead up to the Netflix fight? They had some like 2 episodes on Netflix. Nobody watched that.
No, I didn't watch it this year.
No, I
didn't watch it this year.
It was kind of dope, and maybe I don't know. I wasn't that deep of a boxing fan. I didn't know that Canelo is not his first name, so I didn't know that at all. Yeah, so I was watching.
What is it? Modelo?
Saúl. Hey, that's right. Hey.
That was a joke.
That's stereotypical.
I'm sorry.
That was funny. I know his name wasn't Canelo. So His name is Saul. Saul.
Nice.
Saul. Right. So they start calling him Canelo because young boy in a gym in Mexico, he's a ginger. So they start calling him Canalito, which is little cinnamon.
You learn
And
something new every day.
hey, Mike, relax. Relax. They start calling him
it doesn't become what you think it is until you
right.
show that it becomes what you think it is. But continue.
They come a little spicy. They come a little spicy.
No, because he had, they thought he was Irish because little cinnamon, little ginger. So, his trainer started calling him Canelo instead of Canelito. So I was like, oh shit, that's kind of hard. So that's cool with, earning a nickname and see
Little
what we talk about.
I don't want nobody. No.
Hey yo, no.
Different cultures, different things.
Yeah. Mike, hey Mike, we know a bunch of little cinnamons in the hood that's in your local strip club, but that's another conversation for another time. We love little cinnamon in the strip club. That's fine. Hey, welcome to the stage. We got little cinnamon.
She pop out of the box and be about like 5 foot tall. Get out twerking.
Ew. With a boxer came in boxing gloves twerking. Hey, get little cinnamon.
No, that's terrible.
That's terrible. No, yo, I'm sorry. Last night was great. Shout out to Terrence Crawford, man. Congratulations, man. That was a great fucking fight.
He's officially a GOAT now.
Sidebar observations, I guess you could say, because I work in the world of sports marketing.
Tell them. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want a loan, holla at J Nelly. Nah. Yeah, go ahead.
No, but I was having this conversation with you a little bit earlier, Spades, about how the way that I watch sports is much different being in sports marketing, especially with brands now. If you've seen the meme of SpongeBob where his eyes kind of separate while he's trying to read 2 separate pages of the book, that's basically how I view sports, no matter what it is, because not only am I trying to watch the sport, but I'm also looking at how brands are represented in said sport. So, of course, I'm not going to say it's an oversaturation. I think a lot of these corporations feel that wherever there is a branding opportunity to get a check, they're more than likely going to put a brand's logo on it. I mean, you had maybe 4 or 5 companies on the ropes by itself. Certain sponsors were on the corners of the ropes. The fighters themselves, the boxers, they had numerous sponsorships on their jackets. I guess to me, I could compare it to what the WNBA jerseys look like, because there's just so many brands or companies on the uniforms and everything. So it's just definitely a sight to see, being new to boxing, that is pretty much just the same as if I'm watching basketball more so, or even NFL, that if there's a branding opportunity, they are going to collect that check from like a Jack in the Box, which I could not understand. I'm like, people still eat Jack in the Box? All of them are closed in Charlotte, but they were a sponsor. They were on a rope. DoorDash, who I ordered from last night.
I'm a
my order got canceled.
Yeah.
But DoorDash was a sponsor. DraftKings, of course, because I saw all the little commercials and whatnot about placing your bets for the fight. Netflix, of course, got their big one, because they were on literally the whole floor and whatnot. But it's just something to see, just like how in basketball I'm looking at digital marquees and what brands are on the floors and whatnot. Just a weird thing for me, but something new, especially watching boxing for like the second time.
Honestly, Nelly, I'll be on the same wave. We could definitely get into that's definitely another conversation that we can have, because shout to Shannon Sharp, because his latest interview, when I saw the different brands underneath his video, I'm like, okay, more money came to.
Also, they're sponsoring you now, type of thing.
Right. More money came into play, so I'll pay attention to that as well. And we do live in a brand, a marketing, era, and that. All right, we definitely got to talk more, because it's not more about talent and entertainment. It's more about who's behind you.
Right. Especially when something controversial might happen, like
exactly. I don't know. Also, I think that has to do with music and tech industry. So that's another thing that we can talk about that later. So, We could definitely talk about that. Oh yeah.
Oh, every mama was at that fight last night, except
everybody. Everybody was there. God damn, boy. I'm sorry. I'm one of those groupies. I'm like,
not even the people that they panned on and whatnot, because
you
saw Dave Chappelle, you saw Wiz Khalifa and Angela Reese on one clump. They put Michael Irving on camera, but then Netflix didn't acknowledge Omari Hardwick, which was the weirdest thing to me. But yeah, a whole bunch of stars.
Why would you acknowledge Ghost when you got, you know what I mean?
Hey, I can understand Netflix versus stars, I guess, but sure.
That's whatever. Hey, man, ladies and gentlemen, we got my brother in the building. Shout out to my brother Lee in the building. You all right? How's your jeans? Let's see him.
He don't
late. You was late because you was ironing your jeans. Let me see him.
Preached up on a Sunday afternoon.
See, I told Spades about 20 minutes ago. I only needed about 10 minutes, but I didn't tell him it was like an Atlanta 10 minutes. Like, I'll be in a minute, like I'm here. Popcorn's here.
Hey.
We here.
Oh, all right. Hey,
every week.
He was in there cooking popcorn.
Right. Hey, Link, every week can you like give an Atlanta like slang or like what the rules and engagements in Atlanta? Like, can you let us know?
What they do?
That's coming. That's coming.
What they do?
What they do? Yeah, you gotta put us on Atlanta slang and vernacular. So you know what I mean, how we can, make this podcast great with our communication. Because I say, hey, 10 minutes. You say, all right.
In a minute.
Right.
Today's word is in a minute. That means
in a minute.
I'm on the way. I'll be there in a minute.
You still at the house.
In a minute. I'll be there in a minute. I'm on the way.
Is that Atlanta or black folks?
5 minutes away means you just left the house in real life.
In a minute means I'm on the way, and I'm not telling you the time because I'm probably running late. I'll be there in a minute. In a minute.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, 30 minutes will pass by.
Yeah.
We are 35?
I didn't say in an hour. I said in a minute.
In a minute.
And that can go anywhere from 5 to 55 minutes in a minute.
I just thought it meant just hold the hell on.
I'm on the way.
Leave me alone. I'll be there in a minute. Just chill.
I'll be there in a minute.
I'm
coming. I'm not giving you a time.
I'm
right,
late,
exactly.
but I'm coming.
That's it. There you go. You got
I'm only shaking my head because AP done gave me in a minute so many times over the years. I'm just
there you go. As a Georgian, you should know what in a minute means. Speaking,
I already know, but I have to like. Okay, so how long is it in a minute this time?
In a minute. Speaking of minutes, there's 15 minutes in the corner in the NFL. We are on a Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. How are your Sundays going? What are your teams looking like? I know the Falcons play tonight versus the Vikings. There's only one person in here with a 2-0 record though.
He couldn't wait.
I mean, you figure that out.
We don't care.
Run this clip back in about 6 weeks.
It's always one. It's always one, bro. It's always one.
Let's see how this clip age in about 6 weeks.
All right. See how that popcorn age in about 45 minutes. I hope it's what's that? All right, never mind.
Yeah.
Also non
that's the word. what happened?
Non-hater shit though. No, y'all definitely did a good job of
Green Bay Packers
are playing Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah, I was telling my friend who I was watching the game with, while also watching my fantasy because Jaden Daniels is one of my quarterbacks in my work league. Yeah, I might have underestimated. It's still too soon because it's week 2. Again, on some non-hater, but y'all looking good out there.
No, for sure. Like bravado aside and being cocky aside, the Green Bay Packers looks great, and I get nervous because a lot of the commentators say like, "Oh, the best team in the NFL." I'm like, all right, hold on now.
Yeah, too much dip on the chip too early.
Yeah. No, nobody was talking about us, 2-3 weeks ago. So let's hold on. I know we look good for 2 weeks. You know, you go on a date. You know, you meet a chick, you date her for 2 weeks. You see her with makeup on. You don't know how the fuck she gonna look when, you know, that third week coming out. Like, hey, hold on. Wait, I didn't know you were like
all I know is y'all addressed y'all issues for sure.
or it's defense.
Yeah, y'all addressed y'all issues for sure.
Yeah. So I'm particularly proud of that, and
I think
I can't wait.
if y'all can solidify like uh uh like who's the go-to receiver, like if y'all can
Yeah, you were
establish
telling me that
that,
earlier. Yep.
It don't
you know
even
what I'm saying,
matter.
have an alpha receiver,
It don't matter.
y'all
Jordan
y'all be solid.
Jordan Love been launching that bitch all season. It's only been 2 weeks, but
I'm about to say it's only been 2 weeks. Like
I told somebody.
Hey yo, yo.
I told
It's only
somebody.
been 2 weeks.
I told somebody. I said nobody is beating Green Bay in Lambeau right now. They're riding out. They got momentum. They just got the best defensive player
In the league.
yeah. And their defense.
So basically, you're saying let's see what happens when they travel, and
Look at
then go from
Detroit.
there.
I don't know if y'all saw the Detroit game today, but
Yeah, they
I mean,
thrash.
home field advantage does play a part.
Yeah.
And nobody like I said, I told somebody going into the Thursday night game, I said nobody's beating Green Bay at home right now. My first 2 games were at home. They just signed one of the biggest signees in a minute. The quarterback is healthy. I mean, with broken thumbs, but he's still throwing it. They got a legit running back in Josh Jacobs.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
You was late on that, but I ain't gonna.
My bad.
Speaking of home field advantage, I think that's what makes tonight's game with the Vikings and the Falcons kind of interesting, specifically quarterback speaking, because this will be the quote unquote rematch between Penix and McCarthy. They were against each other in the championship when Michigan won. So it'll definitely be interesting to see what our Falcons are going to do tonight.
Yeah. What do you think your Falcons going to do tonight?
Well, I'm definitely expecting. I'm expecting the dub. I'm expecting Penix to get his get back. He went home without the trophy, so show up in their field, do something.
Hey, that's gonna be a tough game, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Why you say
that Vikings defense is serious, and then McCarthy looks like he's gonna be pretty legit. They got 2 good running backs that can kind of like wear out your defense. You still got to, guard Justin Jefferson over there. And it's going to be a long game, bro. I think y'all got the talent offensively to compete, but can y'all defense stop them, though? Because they got a good, legit defense. That's going to be the thing to me. Like, whoever has the most possessions is going to win this game, I think.
I feel like they didn't beat Chicago. Chicago beat Chicago. And I only say that because the first half, Chicago had them boys looking crazy. And it was just dinks and doinks. Yeah, I said it again. Dinks and doinks. They came out second half and they looked like a totally different team. I don't know if they got content with the lead or what, but
But you got to think too. Still, like that's a rookie quarterback, so of course that offense didn't get in the rhythm, and it was like week 1. So it's gonna be ugly football played though. But like once they got in their groove though, like they shut everything down. They locked all that shit down.
With that being said, everybody, let's make our picks for the night. This is our, the 8:00 game. This is coming out Tuesday. One by one. Who we got tonight? Falcons, Minnesota Vikings. Mike, who you got?
I got Minnesota.
Really,
Nelly.
really say it.
Nelly, who you got?
My boys for sure. Falcons.
Lee, who you got?
I got the Falcons.
You don't know how to hog that, people.
All right.
I mean, since we're going a lot, well, since we're airing on Tuesday, we might as well discuss the games for tomorrow too. There's 2 of them tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Who's playing tomorrow, Nelly?
The Bucks and the Texans at 7, and the Chargers and the Raiders at 10.
NFL getting all the primetime money.
All that prime time. Oh yeah, tonight I do got the Falcons tonight. Sorry guys. Yeah. I'm from ATL. You know what I mean?
In a minute.
Relax.
Yeah, I mean, ATL shouted. I've been here in a minute.
Look, you want to know what's crazy? Go ahead, Nelly. Say what you're gonna say. I just gotta find something real quick.
What?
No, ATL shouty is.
I mean, ATL shouted.
No.
Goddamn, shit. Goddamn.
You got to relax.
Goddamn, shit.
And it's ATL, ho.
Oh, sorry. Hey, Pastor. Shouter.
He will agree. He knows the chant. Wow. Spades, all you're missing is your name across the lenses.
Yeah.
When was that?
That
was probably 2008, 2009, probably.
You call you J-Bo.
You was just missing, I don't know, Soldier Boy or something across the lenses.
They didn't even tell you I was probably like 2 chicks outside there. You know what I mean? You gotta do what you gotta do in order to get the. Anyways, who's playing tomorrow?
The Bucks and Texans first.
Bucks and Texans,
and then the Chargers and Raiders next.
I got the Bucks. Mike, who you got?
Texans.
Nelly, who you got?
Probably have to say the Texans too.
Who you got? Lee.
I'm not picking a team because it's not in my blood to pick somebody else in the division. It's me.
I'm for sure not picking the Bucks. Yeah,
I got the Bucks. Who else? You said the Raiders and who?
The Raiders and the Chargers.
Raiders and Chargers. I got Chargers.
Chargers.
I have hope for my cousin. I'm gonna go for the Raiders.
That's so bad.
Can your cousin get
us some tickets?
I got hope for my cousin.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't care who wins or loses that game. If we being real, so
Chargers look good though. Like Chargers look good for real.
Right.
If your cousin get us tickets, I'll go with the Raiders too. But if not, I'm going with her.
Oh, I mean, if that's a phone call, I'll see what's up.
My official pick is on the fence. I'll let y'all know when we get that phone call back.
Oh my God, bro. It's crazy. So with all this NFL talk, I definitely want to bring up this conversation that Mike brought up as far as a player versus a non-player. Let me get you guys more details. So Ryan Clark was on First Take, and he got into a little debate with an analyst named Peter Schrager. I can't pronounce that name. I don't know. Whatever. So he was providing a non-player perspective on football, implying that the former player's viewpoint is more valid. So how do you guys feel about as far as commentating with what do you take to heart with a non-player giving you their opinion and a player who actually was in the game opinion? And we don't just have to have this for NFL, for football. It could be with any field, you know what I mean? Rap, non-rapper, you know what I mean? It can be, basketball, non-basketball players as far as commentators. So how do you feel about this? Mike, you brought it up. I just want to know your opinion on this first, brother.
Well, I mean, for me, I'm always going to lean to the person with the most hands-on experience. I mean, it's easy you can kind of look at analytics or look at film and numbers or whatever, but it's different when you're on the field, you're getting the experience, and you're in the locker rooms or you're in the team meetings and you're going through like these different schemes and all this stuff, whatever, and you coming back and breaking it down. Just the way some of the non-players kind of form opinions on how players aren't good or why they're not being good, they easily kind of set labels and they attack certain players, and it's kind of hard for them to make their money. And I see why certain retired players that do get into commentating, it kind of irks their nerves a little bit. It's like how Jalen Rose went and Skip Bayless back in the day or whatever. I lean towards more of the NBA players or the NFL players that commentate though. I feel like they're a little more valid.
All right. Lee, what's up? What do you think about this player versus non-player, conversation?
I agree with Mike. I feel like if you haven't played the game, you're basing everything off analytics and notes and stats and stuff like some people don't take into account, okay, let's say Dak, for instance, I don't know, let's say he's from a certain place that he's going, or better fact, let's keep it more current. JJ McCarthy, he is from Chicago. His first NFL game was in Chicago. You can't stat that. You can't integrate that into your stat sheet or whatever, or your analytics when you're saying I think JJ is gonna have a good game or a bad game. It's his first game 10 miles away from where he grew up. All his family is at the game. Of course he's gonna have a good game. Of course he's gonna show out, because that's something that plays into, that's a factor that you can't really grade that goes into his gameplay. So I feel like unless you played the game, you can't factor that in. Your opinion is based on a stat sheet or notes or analytics. What's the past has said or history. So I agree. I agree with Mike.
Leave it up.
Okay, so as a communication arts major at Johnson C. Smith University, I had a professor, Professor Howard, who had a class that taught us about sports commentary. I, at the time, didn't
Nelly,
really.
I'm sorry.
What? Okay, so I didn't really take it necessarily.
That was not for Professor Howard, though.
Heard.
We still got beef, nigga. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right, so again, this wasn't necessary. This was a class that I needed as far as getting my major degree. Classes. Yeah, like where's my 120? But basically, one thing that I learned, and I guess thankfully I still know to this topic, when it comes to sports commentary specifically, there was always supposed to be a commentator that did play-by-play, which was purely statistics, analytics, so on and so forth, being able to follow the game and talk about it. And then there was somebody who provided color. So to Lee's point about McCarthy being from Chicago, his family being there, and that basically boosting his confidence in doing a good job because he is pretty much in his hometown, there's supposed to be that type of bouncing off of each other where there is somebody who maybe preferably has played the game, has been in the league, whether it's as a player, as a coach, or both, that can provide that play-by-play statistics-driven commentary. But then there's also somebody who maybe like a Pam Oliver, just for the sake of talking about somebody who has not played the game, who can provide color and add to the conversation where it's not just numbers and stats, but it's an extra piece to help elevate the conversation, to be able to bring on, I guess, just a full scope of what's actually happening rather than it just being numbers. So people attacking those type of people who have not been in the game or have not played the game, so on and so forth. I can understand that, but as far as the art of sports commentary, from what I was taught in college, there should be some type of contrast where there's one guy who is purely stats, and majority of the time it will be somebody who understands the game. But I think anybody can do the sports commentary as long as you do your due diligence in studying and knowing what you're talking about on either side. That's my stance. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Oh shit! she bodied y'all niggas.
No, hold on. For the record, Professor Howard gave me a C on the presentation.
We're not talking about Professor Howard.
No.
Nah, you gotta get that shit off, Lee.
Right, let me
get off, man. Fuck that. Oh yeah.
I got my.
I'm sorry, but yo, hey, Pastor.
Hey,
I'm sorry. I love you, Pastor. But this has to be said.
So he gave me a C on my presentation, and he got mad because I was like, "Bro, you ain't never played football. How you gonna tell me?" We all know Professor Howard ain't never played no sport.
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, Lee? Nice to meet you.
Mean, if
So you play football? You from Atlanta, huh? Okay, I've been in Atlanta sometimes. So, all right.
I said how I went full Kanye. How Sway? How Sway? You ain't got the answer, Sway.
Okay, hold on now.
If it means anything, I did not get a high grade in the specific class that I am referring to, but I did
got that degree though.
I learned that all dynamic that is very relevant to the topic today.
Right. Me neither. I didn't get a high grade at Howard. Howard hated.
Howard was hard for no reason, and
that's all I'm gonna say. He ain't like me. He accused me of smoking weed too. Y'all know I don't smoke weed too, but that's another. He was like, yo, Justin, you like to laugh a lot. You like to do that. Do you smoke weed? I said, yo, bro, what? That's not whatever. But
the national class clown, but I need to hear that.
This was the day that he thought he was smoking weed.
Wait a minute. Wait.
This is why he thought Justin was smoking weed, y'all.
Yo, look at all these skinny pictures of me, bro.
That is crazy.
Anyways, guys, I'm sorry. I gotta be in the middle with this right now. As far as the players and non-players things, this is kind of. As non-players, you have to think about like the people who's looking at it from the outside. You know what I mean? The best person, the best way to see somebody is looking from the outside to, see their moves or whatever. So also you guys kept saying the numbers, but nobody really talks about the eye test. Is using your eyes to see what's going on. And that's what players, usually don't think about is the actual eye test. And yes, you was in the game. You was in the locker rooms. You was on a bus. You was traveling, and you know how it feels to be a player. From middle school, elementary to professional. The professional side of things. But somebody who's been following the game, I think you should give them a lot of credence too. You should not shut them down because they haven't played the game. You should still look at or understand where they're coming from. So I think that has to play a part to understand where they're coming from. Don't just shut them down. I get what Nelly was saying, but as far as a debate show, a debate show goes, you have to understand where what their eyes see. You play the game. That's their job. They get paid for that. Like the players get paid for that. So they get paid for studying what they're looking at. So I think it shouldn't be a shutdown because, I think players become emotional on certain situations.
Not to play devil's advocate or nothing, but like it's certain topics though. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember watching a debate going back and forth, and Skip Bayless was like, he asked, I forgot who he was talking to. He was like, well, yeah, who would you say was the leader of that locker room? And he was like, I think he said Vince or Will Folk or something like that. I think he was talking about the Patriots. And then Skip was like, no, it clearly was Tom Brady. First of all, if you're talking to a player that's on that team about what happened in the locker room, how are you going to tell me who the leader of the team was? You know what I'm saying? Like, you only can see what's on the field. You have no experience on what's going on, like in practice or in the hotel, like, you know what I'm saying, when they're going over plays or how the relationships are. Like, you can't speak on certain things because you don't have that experience or knowledge as a player unless you ask one of us. So for you to make it seem like you're just as well versed on this topic as I am, I feel like you need to know your place. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you're talking about what you see from the eye test on the field, I mean, I think everybody's watching the same game.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can speak on that, but there are certain levels that you just can't go.
I feel that.
As a player would.
Yeah. That was my gripe with Skip. Skip, his microphone was too big. Like.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
That one. crazy. That was crazy.
Look,
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. Just look at Nelly's face.
Yo.
Like what?
What's happening?
Wow.
Go ahead, my bad.
Okay.
All right, back to Mike. I'm sorry, Skip Mike being big. Yeah, go ahead.
What?
No, not you,
Just
Mike.
kind of
Skip's Mike being big in Lee face. Go ahead. What happened? Go ahead.
He had too much.
Go ahead, man.
His words carry too much influence, bro. Right. Thank you. Thank you. You're killing me. You're killing me, man.
Go ahead. I see what you're saying though.
Yeah, his word had too much influence and carried too much power or influence behind it.
Yeah, I think that also comes with the entertainment part of things, not the actual analytics things. Let me ask y'all a quick question. As far as what is something like you guys are like really good in, like or not really good at, but you guys are part of that. If you seen an outsider comment on, like, would you feel away? So the three of us here is part of sorority and fraternities. So if we see somebody like outside of that comment on a step show, you can be like, Nick, hold on, oh wait, what? So an outsider comment on our step show, and they don't know about the everyday practice at 8 o'clock that we had to do, and the actual putting together a show, and they critiqued our show. Like, how would you really feel about that? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
like how would you really feel about that shit? You know what I mean?
Specifically speaking to your example, I guess it's not really. If they weren't entertained at the step show, so be it. It's more so for me, GDIs who have an opinion or have something to say about how I got into my org or what I potentially did to get into my org.
It's another conversation, guys. Exactly. I see what you're saying.
Claiming that my organization is demonic, which is of course a deep dive for another day. But again, outside looking in, you don't really know because you're not a part of the organization. So
right.
forming your opinion to try to make it seem factual to me is always going to be a load of bull because you're not one of us. That's it.
There we go. So
now she sound like a player now.
and that's right. No, that's real shit. In this case, we are the player.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I kind of understand where like Ryan Clark said, and somebody who's outside of whatever organization or fraternal or sorority organization situation, but like it's weird being in the inside, like, yo, you don't know, nigga. Like, you gotta experience it, but being on the outside, like, yo, this is the eye test. This is what I see. This is what I talk to people about. Inside sources and all that shit. So I see the debate. So I'm cool with it, man. I'm cool with it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I like it. Now, right now, we're about to get into my new favorite segment of the Just Effects podcast. This is called the Soapbox segment, ladies and gentlemen, man. Now, this week,
that's just the hood, y'all. I've been there. I've seen a nigga shoot and somebody pulling off on that same street. Yep.
That's it.
Yep, that's it.
They done swept the corner.
Yeah.
They done swept up the corner. It ain't Dirty Jerry's right now.
All right. So, hey, the soapbox segment is pretty much one of us will have something that really grinds our gears, and really want to get a lot of shit off our chest. And the first one this week that has something to say about this, who's standing on our soapbox, is our sister and principal, Jay Nelly. So, Nelly, let us know what's going on. Turn this down. Turn this down. What's up, man? You on the soapbox tonight? What up?
So I believe that this watered down consumption of music has turned the music industry into some BS for the most part, and also has allowed artist development to become a lost art. So basically, since streaming has come into play, and social media has become more prevalent as far as how people are getting information or finding out about new things, we have come to a part of the industry where you can literally have a 15-second soundbite that goes very viral, and then next thing, all of a sudden, you have a record deal. People want to see you live. People want to hear what's next. Most times, you don't have a comeback after that 15 seconds, but if you do, regardless, we get to live performances, and the artist development is severely lacking. And what I don't like about the watered down consumption is that we are not holding these labels or the artists accountable to provide us with excellency, when it comes to us spending our hard-earned dollars to see y'all perform what you're actually creating. Also, just making music has become a lost art. All y'all want to do is make something that will go viral or hit the charts, and therefore the laziness also spreads out into how the artists are making music, and why everybody is saying that hip hop specifically can be, or even R&B can somewhat be trash now, because nobody's actually taking it seriously as far as an art form is concerned. So now that we're in this microwave society of wanting to see 15-second clips, we don't have artist development. Y'all don't use performance tracks in your performances, and you don't take it seriously as an art. We are now in a watered down consumption of music in the industry. And that is my soapbox moment. I didn't want to be long, but I was going to get straight to the point. Thank you.
And with soapbox moments, we don't argue, we don't contest, we just applaud. Shout to Jay Nelly with the soapbox segment of.
I like to say that y'all will agree with me though, so there's that. But
no, soapbox, we don't.
All
don't
right.
say anything. That's for the audience to, you know what I mean, to talk about. That's not for us to speak about. All right.
Ooh, we getting to the heavy now.
All right, guys. Now we got to get heavy. Pause. The country is in. As you guys know, the country
is so hit. I'm sorry.
All right, guys. We have
so
to.
Bad.
Whose song is that? Whose song is that?
Gucci.
Of course. Gucci.
Okay, continue though. My bad.
I don't know. Go ahead, Mike. How you do Gucci sound? How you do the Gucci shit? How you sound?
I'm not doing this.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, the country's in an uproar. This is just the facts. Last week, maybe a couple days ago, we had a tragic assassination that happened on the University of Utah to a young man named Charlie Kirk. I'm sure it was the biggest thing on the internet and within the country, from CNN to NBC to Fox News, that what is he?
He is a political commentator who has pretty much made a name for himself on the internet.
Who made a name for himself on the internet, and he was speaking at the University of Utah, and someone came and unfortunately shot this man to death. It's a lot of opinions from the left and the right and in between. So I'm sure you guys have saw the footage. I'm sure you guys have heard the noise. I have a lot of opinions about this, but I just want to hear from you guys. So what you think about this shit? Um, Also with this guy, he's been when I start to learn about him, he's been spewing a lot of hate amongst black folks, LGBTQ community, the trans community. Uh, he's just been
All right, bro.
so far right that right, can't say that down south, boy. Niggas start shooting. But the hate speech from this guy has been a lot, but I just want to know how you guys feel about this situation alone. It's no, you don't got to get into detail. So Nelly, have you? I saw you heard everything. So how do you feel about this new
so
America
a lot,
proceeding?
a lot of things, but I'm again going to try to keep it as brief as
I'm
possible
here.
so that we all are able to speak on it.
Yeah.
First things first. As far as killing someone based on whatever their views are, I do not agree with. He did not deserve to die. Let me go ahead and start off with that.
Yes.
So, but what I don't agree with was Charlie Kirk's views and a lot of the things that he said specifically about Black people and even about Black women, although it was not necessarily Black women as a whole, using the likes of a Joy Reid, Michelle Obama, and Representative Cheryl Jackson Lee, I believe is her name, from Texas. I am not a fan of that. I have seen a lot of commentary about Charlie Kirk being a devout Christian and lover of Jesus. As a Christian woman as well, I did not necessarily see any teachings of Christ in majority of what he was talking about. He did use scripture in a lot of the debates that he was a part of, but when it came to specific comments that he made about minority groups, again, as a Black woman, especially about Black people, when it came to DEI and affirmative action, I do not agree with what he had to say about that. Specifically about DEI and how he believed that just allowed for Black people to just take up jobs without thinking that we are qualified for them. I do believe that he did not fully understand what DEI and affirmative action actually was and what it was supposed to do to help us have an even playing field in the market, rather than he thinks, according to what I heard him say out of his mouth, he thinks that it was just supposed to be a handout. He literally said he gets on a plane, sees a black pilot. He's going to wonder if he's qualified. That's wild to me because that's not what DEI was. Saying that Black women have no processing power and using a Cheryl Jackson Lee video out of context to prove his point. Very, very wild to me. Specifically speaking on what happened to him and his stance on the Second Amendment and what he said necessary gun deaths to be able to
irony.
keep the Second Amendment. It's quite unfortunate that the irony is died to gun violence, which is what the left and the right, it confuses me every time somebody says it. So
yes,
the people who believe that there should be gun reform where there are stricter gun laws to ensure that any and everybody just can't go and acquire a gun is what I do believe those that are more so democratic are trying to push, while Republicans on their side think that we just want to outright get rid of guns, which I believe Charlie Kirk also believed that we wanted, rather than, again, just reform. So unfortunately, ironically, he died by the very cause that he was not necessarily trying to advocate for, to ensure that it did not happen to him. That is all I'm going to say, because it could get deeper. But again, passing on the mic.
Passing on the mic. Pause. You guys, I'm sure you heard the story as well. Anybody have any? Mike, you have your opinion on that? Look at Lee. He like, nah.
My whole thing is, just like he said, nobody deserved to die or whatever. I shouldn't be air quotes. But nobody deserved to die. But my whole thing that got me was the way Donald Trump responded to the Caucasian lady getting killed on the bus or whatever, and he was like, we gotta stop these animals from walking around, and when a black dude killed the white woman or whatever, we were animals, right? But you don't hear none of that right now when it comes down to this white on white crime here. So I feel like you just need to keep the same energy instead of trying to trigger people and incite this race war. Keep the same energy, It'll be good versus bad instead of just the whole like it's a double standard. You know what I'm saying? That was just my thing. So.
You're not
Can
gonna
I
speak
also
on
add
what
that it was
happened?
very weird that we were getting real life updates from Donald Trump and not from news outlets about what was going on with Charlie Kirk? But
Yeah.
that's just me.
So excuse me. So the guy who did the assassination has been captured. So excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. He has been captured. He's entertainment. He's his family is Republican, so far right, and
he's allegedly a groper. I think that's the word for it.
right,
He follows the ideas of Nick Fuentes, which is
right,
more radical than Charlie Kirk.
exactly,
It's like farther right.
and that's my only concern, like with this whole whole shit alone. Like I don't. I'm trying to put it in words right now. In 2025, we shouldn't be seeing shit like this. This shouldn't be happening. This has nothing to do with a man's political views or personal views on anything. Yes, we come to find out this guy's a terrible person as far as his views on things. But clipping someone off like him, what does that change?
But y'all did see that he wasn't by himself though, right? Did y'all see the videos of the people giving the signals for him to do it and
Signals,
all
but
that?
right. I know the conspiracies of that, but
Yeah, I was going to say all conspiracy.
we don't know what that is. But the fact that a man got killed on cameras, and that spread amongst everything. Yes, come to find out. First of all, did anybody know about this man before this? I'm
Yes.
asking.
No.
I didn't pay attention, but yes, I knew who he was.
Right. So if the fight wasn't against this, right? So I didn't see a big fight against this man's views before the fact, right? So my biggest issue is now, this guy got, unfortunately, killed the way he got, killed, and everybody's like, oh, he's for one, a Trump supporter, and all the clips are coming out that he should be gone. It's like, yo, we should not. Nobody should be murdered on their opinion about life or whatever. That's how I genuinely feel. Nobody should be murdered on their opinion on life.
He also built his platform on debating college students, and within this country, he even went to the UK. So there were people obviously having rebuttals to what he believed in. But of course, you see the tsunami wave of the internet becoming well, look at what he said here, look at what he said there, because he passed away. But that's
and
that becomes what happens.
Exactly, and that becomes extremely frustrating for me, Nelly. I can't like.
Oh, I had to
it
put my
becomes extremely, it's frustrating for me because, like, yo, if you wasn't concerned about this man while he was on this earth saying all this shit, so why do all this now while he's gone and celebrating the fact that this man lost his life because his views about things? You know what I mean?
That's my thing. Also, again, being a Christian, we should not be mocking, making fun of the fact that man was assassinated. Whether you completely disagreed, completely thought he was a bigot, completely thought he was a racist, so on and so forth. Nobody should be assassinated over their points of view. Now, yes, he did have a large platform which influenced a lot of people. So it did become what I would call a disease or a parasite in other people thinking that same way, and that can be detrimental to society for sure. But again, he didn't deserve to be killed, and especially not get killed in that regard in front of his family and in front of thousands of students and other visitors on a college campus. So
correct. I just want to let everybody know, we're not defending this man.
Absolutely
you know
not.
what I mean? I'm not defending him or whatever he done while he was on this earth. It's just
they should have let God take him however God was going to take him.
Right.
Naturally.
So you took the words out of my mouth. So before I start and get to what I'm about to say is, we just had one of the best albums that came out in July, the Clips album. And what's the name of that album, Nelly?
Let God sort him out.
So with that, what I want to say about this whole shit is, let's not be concerned about a mouthpiece within this country who dispute hate. That shit won't change anything that we're going through day to day. There's a bunch of people who's within office who's quiet about everything they feel about blacks, the gay community, all communities, the minorities, who's making laws who fuck us up, the system, what the fuck, race, systemically. I can't. There we go. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Lee. I can't say it. That's what happens when you got a gap.
Use your vowels. Take your time.
Thank you, Mike. Systematically racism. Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys.
That is systemic racism, but continue.
Exactly. That's why we have Nelly here, because you guys could just make your faces and can't correct me. But that's why we got Nelly here. But that's the end all be all for me. It's like, yo, it's easy to get a target who got a loud mouth, and yo,
he has all the throwback pictures of you from Smith. That's crazy.
Look at that. Look at a young me studying and doing work.
And he was Googling systemically.
You was on Twitter.
Doing work. Yeah.
You was on Twitter.
Hey, yo, Lee, for real. Yo, send all that to me. But send all that to me. But yeah, that's nobody's thinking about the people, the quiet lawmakers who, we become affected from. Also, we're in a political war now, because now it's violent. It started with violence when nobody really see is violent. Is January 6th. That's a violent political war that everybody just saw that as some funny shit that people just run into the Capitol and people was killed during this time. Exactly. No, we can't talk to these little niggas, man. We start talking this shit, man. But no, that's where we at right now. And I just want us people, I'm just saying this right now, black folks, hey, Pastor, I'm sorry what I'm about to say. Next thing, black folks, fuck that. That's white people problems. Let's worry about us.
That's where I think the biggest problem is, because of what's happened to us as a people over time, from unfortunately slavery to freedom to Jim Crow. Well,
Jim Crow era,
Jim Crow, so on and so forth. Era, time and time again, we've been divided so bad that I am not necessarily seeing a light at the end of the tunnel for unity. It might just be me, but just from what I see, especially on the internet, because of how everybody has access to that and are able to express themselves on that, we've got a lot of work to do to make sure that we are good as people. And that's what I want. That's what, when it comes to, well, what's next? What do we do after all of this has happened? We're still having to deal with this man in office for another 3 years and some change regardless.
Yo, we didn't even get to a year yet with homie.
No, we haven't even gotten through a year, but we need to find some type of common ground where we can all come together as a people so we can be a unified front. But again, the way that life has lifed for us, the way that our cards were dealt, it's going to be the ones who want to do what they need to do, and then you are going to have some of those defeated ones who are just like, nah, bro, I'm good. The ones Harriet Tubman would have left, that people always say and whatnot. Unfortunately, everybody can't go, but we need to rally together to see how many people are willing to.
That's all. And
that's all.
No, I totally understand it. And the only thing right now, wrapping this up, the only thing I'm concerned about is somebody from the far left, somebody like Mark Lamont Hill or somebody from the left expressing their opinion about things and then foul because how they feel. And that's a concern that I'm nervous about as far as this political war shit. So,
and I would be concerned because there are some people on the left that are completely convinced that somebody from the right, from the right, being completely convinced that somebody on the left is the reason why Charlie Kirk is no longer on this earth, when it actually was somebody else that was on the right that took his life. So, the administration is currently doing their damnness to try to make it seem that the kid was any bit of liberal, to make it seem like it was the left that had a hand into why things happened the way they happened. So to end this topic, I just want to I do want to say that we need to stop relying on 10 to 15 second clips of a video on Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever, TikTok, whatever, and we need to do our own research. We need to start being a little bit more literate in what's actually going on, reading news articles, reading theses, people who are scholarly in these subjects and actually know what they're talking about, so that we also know what we're talking about. Because a lot of the stuff that I've seen about Charlie Kirk is, you're just basing it on a clip. We're basing a lot of things outside of the Charlie Kirk situation on little clips that we're seeing. AI has now become like a basis of seeing things everywhere on the internet, and we don't know what's real and what's fake. So we really need to, as a country that has a 6th grade reading level, as a country, we need to get back to reading. I understand that there are certain restrictions, especially for those in school. They're taking away books, they're taking away CRT in higher education. Completely understand that, which means you have to do it yourself. You have to get the knowledge yourself. Public libraries are still a thing. The internet is for sure still a thing if you know exactly what to look for. We cannot rely on these social media platforms to feed us all of the information to be able to form an opinion or form the way that we're going to continue living our lives. I just got on another soapbox, but here we are.
Ladies and gentlemen. My bad. I'm good with that. Yeah, I think I'm good. I'm glad you said all that shit, Nelly. But I know we talk a lot of bullshit on this podcast, but we are adults. We all are tax-paying adults, and a lot of shit really matters to us. So don't take it just for people who talking about random shade room news. Everyday political shit is affecting us as well. So I'm glad Nelly gave that point. So I'm good.
That was heavy, but I feel good. I feel like I got a lot off of my chest. I probably was just brewing up because I'm not posting on the internet. So I let it all out this time.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm good for that. I think I'm good for that.
How y'all feeling, bros? Mike, Lee?
I'm good. All right. I'm good.
It was really heavy on Lee today. Yeah, that was a lot for Lee. I can see. You all right, my brother? You good? All right. This nigga drinking popcorn. There's nothing in it. It's the first nigga to ever drink popcorn. But you drinking the butter out the popcorn?
That's the butter, yeah.
Definitely wild.
The butter out the popcorn. All right, y'all. I think I'm good. What's my shit? Oh, there we go.
It's a good one.
All right. I'm tired. What time is it, y'all? 7:30.
About 7:30. There you go.
It's late. Yeah, we sleeping. Hello. Those are old folks. It's just 7:30. Look, Mike's still outside. The sun is out.
I told y'all I'm auntie.
Right, exactly. Hey guys, thank you guys for tuning into AdJust Effects. I am Justin Lewis. To the right of me, to the left of you is my brother Mike. Down bottom is my sister, the principal Jay Nelly. Down to the corner is my brother AP Shouted, representing the ATL. Peace, y'all.